First off, I want to say thanks for checking us out. And I want to just get right into it and talk about what is the benefit for you if you're checking this out, or what can we do for you? I want you to imagine this, is that you guys have a business. People are looking for someone to do business with. If we can get your company visibility and put you in front of everybody inside your service area who has a need for your product, and not only giving you visibility, but having the ability to tell your story better than your competitors, show that you're of a different quality, show that they can have a different expectation when hiring you. This is marketing. This is what we can do for your company. We want to make you look like the best. So I think there's a lot of value there. And with that said, I kind of want to tell you who we are, why we're different than somebody who's out there, because it seems like every 2 seconds your phone is ringing and somebody's talking to you about online marketing. Now with us, we stay into 3 different verticals at this point: asphalt paving, roofing, and concrete. And people say, okay, why those 3 different verticals? Well, those 3 different verticals, the shopping process is extremely similar in all 3 of those verticals. And this doesn't matter if it's on the commercial side or the residential side. That said, within those 3 different verticals, we've got a 96.7% client retention rate year after year with our customers. I'll repeat that again, 96.7%. The average inside of the marketing industry is about 28%. Now, people say, why? I don't understand it. No way, that almost seems unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you why. 1, we believe that this has to be a true partnership. And when it's a partnership, we both have to win. We both have to be taking risks inside there. It makes no sense if we're winning and you're losing that we would continue to do business together. It just doesn't. So there's going to be times in this relationship where, let's say we're winning, like we're collecting more money than you're receiving on the other end, and the other way as well. We're going to see that, okay? Now, when we get to those challenging spots where one of us isn't feeling that it's a partnership, it's all discussing why and what we're doing. Like, let's say somebody gets involved inside of an SEO product inside there. They are not going to get leads the very first day. We're going to have to build it. Well, if it's explained to you what we're doing, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to build, showing you the milestones towards the progress of it, a lot of times people are okay with that. Well, that's what's involved inside of a partnership. And that's why it's just different, So clear-cut expectations both on your side and our side, once those are brought to life, it's very easy to digest it. It's very easy to have trust inside of our situations. And that's one of the things that I think that we do extremely well. Another thing that we do, as far as proof of our retention rate, proof of our success rate inside here, is that we're invited to a lot of different national events to speak to the industries in which we represent. This shows that we are at the top of that industry. We are the go-to company inside those industries as to who you should use, because we're educating these people. I mean, you're being brought in on a national level in which people are purchasing tickets to hear you discuss how to market for their industry. It doesn't get any more authoritative than that as to why we've done this in the past or our track record. And while we're talking about track records, we can show you time after time where we've achieved success inside your industry throughout the country. So for example, per those 3 different industries that we service, we've got hundreds of clients all across the country using those services. So where this is a direct benefit to you is that we already know how to build it. We've already had success with it. And what's nice about it is that if somebody over in this part of the country is having success with a program, we can introduce that to you. So it's not something where you're going to enroll in this program and leave it up to chance. It isn't whatsoever. We already have achieved those different results and we can achieve them for your company. Now, do we take everybody on? And the answer is no. Only if we have a vacancy. We don't work with a ton of people in each and every market. We understand that we have to serve you. We understand that, inside that partnership, you have to have success. And if we worked with 20 different people inside one area, there's no way you're going to have success inside that. So we limit our engagement of people who we're going to work with. So that's a little bit about who we are. As far as myself, who I am, I'm somebody who's grown up in a blue-collar family. I'm somebody who has had a father who was a paving contractor. And inside that, I understand the demands that are put on to you as that contractor, and I understand the limited time that you have to pay attention to things that are not in the core of your business. That's why this whole program was designed. It was designed to make it so that you had an option to bring in a marketing department at a very limited cost that could be a full service without taking up a ton of time inside your day. As far as results that we've gotten, as I mentioned, we've got a 96.7% client retention rate. The results are gigantic, and we can provide tons of testimonials for you, whether that be reference phone calls, whether it be different video testimonials you want to watch, whether it be written testimonials. We have a ton of people who have said great things. The impact that we've had to their business has been huge. And the great part about it is that we've got it all documented, and we can share that with you. Now, when we get back to the goal of your company and what we want to do, we want to make sure that, as we stated before, anybody looking for your services inside your marketplace, that you have visibility for it. We want to make sure that you've got a predictable lead flow, that you guys have a process of bringing customers inside of your company month after month. Where this is of value is that in the future of your company, there's going to be a time that you have to say goodbye to it, okay? And when you say goodbye to it, this could be a sale through a private equity company, this could be a sale to another company, this could be a sale or to a generational piece where we hand it down to a family member. But the value of that company is going to be evaluated on your processes. And you have to have a process to bring customers to your business. You have to have a process in which you're going to sell that customer. You have to have a process in which to perform the work, and you have to have a process in which to collect the money that is there. I can't give you all of them, but I can give you the first one. And inside the first one, that process of creating, bringing people to your company, we can do a lot with it. So what is it going to look like as you pick up the phone and talk to us? What's that all going to look like? Well, it looks like this. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to make an appointment. You can do that by either filling out the form, giving us a phone call, or just hitting the scheduling link and grabbing a time inside there. Once we get onto that phone call, what we're going to do is we want to know a little bit about your company. Who are you? What are the core services that you guys offer? What are the more profitable services that you guys want? What is the work you want? Where's the parameters of where you want that work to exist? Because a lot of times people will service commercial work at one level versus residential work at another level. Sometimes there's different traffic patterns in which somebody says, hey, I don't want work in this area versus that area. We cover all of that inside that phone call. The next thing we're going to do is take a look at the actual goals for your company. Like, what do you want to achieve? Let's talk about a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. What does it look like? And then how can we be instrumental on making that goal take place? At that point, we have enough information that we can run an audit. I tell them at that point, hey, it's time to end this first phone call. And they're like, well, what about the price? What does this cost? What are we going to do? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to cost. And the reason why is because we're going to run an audit from top to bottom to see what your needs are per the goals that you want to achieve. That's different than just about anybody who's out there. Everybody's always wanting to sell something, tell you this is what it costs. I'm only going to sell you what you need. We're going to make sure that we're taking a look at where are your company's strengths, where are the weaknesses, and then how can we bring those to light to make you the best inside your marketplace. That's what that audit's going to produce. And then we have a second phone call where we actually go over the audit and I show you some of the strengths and weaknesses that your company has from a marketing perspective. This gives you an automatic level of comfort because you know that we're only addressing the items that need to be addressed inside here, and that any money that you're being asked to spend is going to total efficiency versus just throwing it out the window. Next, what I want to show you are some testimonials, some experiences that people have had with our company and what that looks like. These are companies that range all over the board, some that specialize in residential only, that are some of your smaller companies, to companies that have 200 plus employees who are knocking out just about any type of work that's out there. So if you're seeing this and you're liking what you're hearing so far, I invite you to take the next step, which is reaching out, booking a phone call with us. We can take the call via Zoom or via phone, whichever is easiest for you. And let's just see what we can do for your company.